I do think that all of us meeting for our sessions is one of the best parts of the week, and it tends to be this really fun hour where we're working through these narrative structure problems. The first session was this, entering into a new world.
Yeah, it was a little awkward the first time. We didn't really know what we were doing, but it was fun to kind of figure it out.
So the first session was really interesting because we were able to look at these abstracts I'm used to just kind of breezing through and not really focus on, and really try and see how they're structured and see what makes a good abstract.
The second session was a lot easier. We definitely jumped in. We knew what to expect with the cueing video, but I think by the second meeting it becomes very clear that it's not critiquing your science, it's critiquing the structure.
It was a little different without having an expert or a coach there with us, because we were able to kind of, we didn't change it too much, but have our own slant on it.
A moment that felt like it was a big breakthrough for us came from having 4 people read your work.
In the first few weeks, we would get just wildly different scores when we're scoring them. People are, some people would give a 2, other people would give a 10, and that would happen over and over again. And then by week 7 or 8, suddenly, on a few abstracts at least, we'd all be giving the same scores. So that was kind of a breakthrough, and we're like, yeah, finally we all agree on something.
I've been applying the ABT in a lot of my writing already. One of the abstracts that I've been working on with the story circle, I wound up publishing after having the critiques and incorporating some ABT into it.
The Dobzhansky Template was probably my favorite tool. We kept coming back to it. You can use that to help build your ABT. That template was the best for getting at what you needed to start with.
It's really interesting to compare really old scientific articles, which are actually more in a narrative framework, more just telling a story of, I picked up this fish from the ocean and brought it back to the lab and watched it for a week and wrote down everything that it ate and told the story of this fish, like Mary LeBauer's work in the 20s. And it's really interesting to compare that to the really bland scientific writing of today.
We've had other story circles here at the Marine Lab, and so there's a small little network of graduate students and faculty members who are well versed in this language of ABT.
Since 15 of us here at BML have done the story circles now, we'll talk about it. If someone's giving a practice presentation or someone is working on a paper, we'll say, oh, did you check your ABT in that? I don't know, I feel like this beginning to this presentation is kind of listy and it feels very Andy. I don't think this is as useful for graduate students at the beginning of their graduate career, but I do think once you're at the later stages of grad school and you're presenting and writing, that this is really worthwhile and really helps you progress and finish up grad school. So one last thing, I wanted to say that I was motivated to do all of this for Susan Williams, who we lost last year tragically, and she was a wonderful communicator, and we've done all these story circles and communication training in her honor.